everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie and today I'm going to be doing a little walkthrough of two more laminated notebooks that I created, this time using the pumpkin spice collection from Simple Stories. So I started off with the same little mini notebooks that I used for the Halloween one, took them apart, added a cover, and decorated them. So these are very simple, quick projects. These would be really good for teachers' gifts, for bus drivers, for hairdressers. I mean, there's something that's pretty darn small. They can fit in their purse, they can fit in their bag, and you can either write or draw or even use them as a mini scrapbook if you would want to. They're pretty small. You can see I just have them stapled on the side. I use this extendable stapler, which I'm pretty sure I got on Amazon years ago. It's really nice because obviously you can do different lengths. It's for essentially like bookbinding with a stapler. So this is what I use. I might in the future do the whole sewing method if these get any thicker. But right now I just use the one book that I take apart and kind of decorate it. I add a different cover and I add some decorations to the inside as well and make a folder or pocket in the inside. But other than that, this is one of those mini notebooks and it seems to be holding together pretty well with just the staples. So like I said, I used the pumpkin spice collection from Simple Stories and I must have bought this years ago. I want to say this is from probably like 2014. I don't know if it's got a date on here, 2015. So this is like a 10-year-old collection. It might still be available. I'm not entirely sure, but I got like the whole thing. So I got frames. I got these snap pocket pages. I didn't use either one of those. I used the 12 by 12 paper, which this is all I have left. So it looks like I used a lot of paper, but in reality, you get a lot more cut-aparts in this collection than you do actual paper. So I do have some paper left that I could maybe use for, like, to make, I don't know, tabs or tags or something like that. But definitely not enough to make another little album or some of the cinch binding albums that I've made, or not albums, the cinch notebooks that I've been making. It probably wouldn't work for that. I have pretty much all the stickers from this sheet. I might use some of these and I might actually save it for a different collection because I do have another fall collection that I could probably coordinate this with. And then I used some of these stickers, but as you can see, I still have a ton left over. I might go back and actually add some in here. But I will say that the vast majority of it was some cut-aparts. I also had the cut-apart sheets, so I had the Simple Story snap pages. So it came with these little 2x2s. It came with some of these 3x4s, the 4x4s, and the 4x6s, but then the rest of the paper was just all cut apart. So I have tons of these left. So I can definitely make some of my little smaller notebooks out of what I have left. I'll just have to supplement it with some other paper or cardstock for the base. So those projects will be coming up in the future. But I just wanted to do a bit of a walkthrough through this and kind of show you some other items that I got to use for this. And then I did have a bunch of the ephemera. I used some of it, but not all of it, and I do have a good amount of that left as well. And then I did use these brads too. I ended up gluing one of the brads to a paper clip, and that's what I used for my paper clip decoration for these. So we're just going to go ahead and start with this one. I did use an ephemera piece that says Harvest of Memories, and then it does say hello and then fall. And I pretty much made these exactly the same way as I made the Halloween ones. I just put a tie closure. I added this adorable little charm here, which I thought the colors worked really well. I ordered all of these fall/Thanksgiving charms from Amazon, and I'll link them below. Some of these are just absolutely adorable. Some of them I'm not sure I'll actually use, but some of them maybe I'll find a good spot for them as well. But I mean, they have like this cute little gnome right here. They have this beautiful leaf. They have these like sunglasses with like pumpkins on top. That's kind of funny. Just all sorts of fall/Thanksgiving themed ones. There are some coffee ones in here too, so I'll probably use that on some coffee ones as well. if, you know, I can find a collection that'll go with it. So again, the vast majority of this was using the pumpkin spice collection from Simple Stories. Same string as last time, same kind of binding. It's just on the side. So when you open it up, you can open up straight and it'll lay for the most part flat. Obviously with this pen and pen holder, which I love these pen holders, it's just a paper clip so it can come on and off and you can take it off. But when you first open it, I do have some cut aparts. And this time around, I decided to use both of my crocodiles. So the corner choppers, I used the 1/4 and then the stub. And I may have done this on my last one as well, but I really do. I love both of these. I love being able to use both of them and just giving them both different edges because it does kind of make a difference in the finishing touches of this. You can obviously just leave them with the corners as well, but I just thought it kind of gives a little something when you round it or, you know, chomp it. I did use some of the cut aparts for titles of the pages. Otherwise, everything's exactly the same. There is a little pocket on the side, and then I just put a cut apart on each side. And the only thing I did was put some stickers on the outside, and every other one has a tag or a stub, and then a stub punch, like a ticket punch, and every other one is just rounded. So they're all different. And then it's the 3 pages in between because it's that mini notebook. I did put all the stickers down. I was thinking about maybe raising them up or taking off the sticky of them so it could be a tuck spot. But again, I just kind of kept this pretty simple. I might add some more of those words here. Would actually look really cute, but otherwise it's essentially the same as the Halloween one, and they're the same as each other, just a little different, but using the same paper collection. And then here are some tags, and these are just tags I got off of Temu that are just pretty standard tags, different sizes, and they have that fun stitched edging. And then I just used some twine from my stash that I thought coordinated with it. And then those pages, another one of these, some more pages, and just another one of these. And then in the back, I do have spots for 2 more. So I will put one here, and then we'll just, let's do the cute little bird. And I'm just going to round the edges, because I think it just looks better when the edges are rounded. Again, you don't have to do this, but I just like the look of the round edges. So then that's in the back. So this is this one. And then I did supplement, since it barely had any paper in it, I did supplement some of this paper with a collection from Michaels. And this is a very old collection called Pumpkin Spice. And this is from 2016. So I do like these paper pads because you get a whole bunch of paper. You get 48 sheets and it's very nice and thick, high quality, acid free. The only thing I don't like about it is one-sided. So even the ones that have the nice foiling to it, it's all just one-sided. So that's my only beef with these Hot Buys, is that it's one-sided. Other than that, it is really nice quality paper, and that's why I kind of put a pocket there. So the insides are kind of plain, but I did add the pocket and the cut apart, so I think that kind of jazzes it up a bit. And then right here is just a paper clip. I took one of these brads and I just put it on a paper clip and then glued it to the back. So that's all that is. And I did buy these paper clips. I got these recently off of Amazon because I needed some colored paper clips that were smaller, but I could get them fall colors. I could use them for Halloween. I could use them for Christmas. I wanted colors that would actually take me through a couple seasons. Even like this could be really good for wintry themes. And then some of these pastel ones will be really good for spring and Easter as well. So I really like the gold and the rose gold. The gold isn't too obnoxiously gold. It's a very pretty subtle gold. So I will link that below as well. Initially, for the paper clips, I had ordered these little resin pieces, and they're actually pretty cute, some of them. So this is the kind of thing that you get when you order off Amazon or Temu or anywhere. You might get some things that are really cute, like putting this on top of a paper clip. This would be really cute. But then it came with like little tiny ones, which the mushroom's kind of cute. But then it came with like this thing, which I think is supposed to be like a turkey leg or a turkey wing, or I don't even know. But I don't know what to do with this one. So that one kind of made me laugh. But some of them I'll be able to use, and I didn't pay too much for them, and I probably should have like read the reviews a little better. But I will say I was impressed with the little turkeys that came. So these will be perfect for Thanksgiving to go on top of, you know, Thanksgiving or Thankful little notebooks that I plan on making in the future as well. So these will be cute, but I just had to share that there were some studs and some duds in that package. So here is the other one, and this one, it is, I'm so glad I live in a world with Octobers, which I believe is an Anne of Green Gables quote, so that was really cute. And then I put this little term at the bottom, and then same thing, the paper clip, pen holder, and one of these pens. So I'll just take it off for kind of ease of going through. Exact same ribbon. Wow. Exact same ribbon that I used on the Halloween one. And again, same setup. So you go in here and there are two cut aparts. And then I used Harvest of Memories for this cover. And some of this paper, like I believe this sheet right here, is supplemented from the Michaels paper pad. Otherwise, the rest of this is all from that pumpkin spice collection. And some of them are, you know, like they could write here or, you know, make list on there or something like that. And then some of them are just, you know, cute little cut aparts that you could add. Same thing, cut out some tags, put some stickers on here, kind of made like a pocket folder there. And then it just keeps going. And they're all different cut aparts, and they're all different in here. And then these two. And they're just, you just tie them up. Which of course, tying on camera is literally always the hardest, but I left enough room where you could easily kind of tie them shut. So the one thing I wanted to show everyone is, so when you make the laminated sheets and you add a pocket, you're obviously adding the pocket, you're gluing down these three sides and then running it through your laminator, and then you need to cut the slit. And you need to be very careful when you're cutting the slit, not to put too much pressure because it will show in on this side. So you really just need just the lightest touch to cut through. I mean, it's a 3mm thickness of the laminator sheet. So you don't really need too much pressure or too much of a blade. So if you're not a fan of X-Acto knives because they're kind of hard to grip and you would rather use a pen, I found these on Temu as well, and they are actually a pen. So when you kind of open them up, and I don't know if it will actually show this, but it is a blade right there. So it's like a pen, holds like a pen. Just be careful around little kids so they make sure that this is not a pen, because you can indeed cut yourself on it. But to me, this was just so much easier to hold. So you just open it up like any kind of pen. And then all I did was just go down the line to kind of cut it open. And it works really well. And I want to say you get like 5 or 6 of them, and they come in all different colors. The only thing is the danger would be if a kid thinks this is a pen versus a knife. So just make sure you keep them out of the way of your little kids. But other than that, I found this to be a very useful tool. And then, you know, it retracts back in really easily. So that safety part is not a concern at all. But I just wanted to show you guys real quick what I created using the beginning part of this pumpkin spice collection. Like I said, I am going to utilize the rest of what I have left over because I have a ton of this, and I'm going to make those smaller albums, or notebooks as I should say. I actually started on one of them, so this is using that pumpkin spice collection, and I'm going to make a few more. So I'm going to make them this 4x4 size and this 3x4 size as well, and I'm going to use just the full pumpkin spice collection, and there will be a walkthrough of that shortly. So I hope this inspired you to dig out maybe some of your old collections that you've been hoarding for 10 plus years and actually use them and create something awesome out of them. And again, these will make really great gifts for just about anyone, and they're small, compact, and they just make good gifts. And we're getting into the whole gift giving season soon, and I don't know, I love this time of year. Fall is my absolute favorite, my favorite time to craft, my favorite time to be outside. So I'm definitely in the fall mood. So we will definitely have more fall projects on this channel coming up. But again, just kind of wanted to hopefully give you all a little bit of inspiration to use what you have, because otherwise paper locked up in your bins isn't doing anyone any good. But if you can share even a little bit of a gift, a little bit of sunshine with someone else, that will always brighten their day. So thanks so much, as always, for joining me. Happy crafting, everyone, and I will see you all next time.